To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Aloha, and welcome to the Bluenote Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm your host on the program that's by a fan for a fan and about you, the fan, and I can't get my mic on. Oh, my goodness, am I screwing up today? Well, aloha, everyone. Welcome to the Bluenote Fan Report. This is our pregame show, as it is Groundhog Day, because we're playing the Coyotes again and again and again and again and again. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. So I didn't want to do this show by myself. So let's bring in Jordan York's favorite co-host. Hi, buddy.
How's it going, Guy? I'm so glad
It's
I'm
good,
a favorite.
man. It is good. See, I'm jealous. You had time to get a beer. I don't have a beer yet. I'm going to need the way today's
Well,
going.
I work at a men's grooming store full time, so it's kind of like part of the job description. I have to have it.
No, I'm talking about the
blessed.
beer, not the beard. The drink.
Oh, this is Diet Dr. Pepper. This ain't no beer.
The way today's going, man, I absolutely need a drink. Absolutely. Man, this is Kyle from Alaska's going, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, we love you, Kyle. Right, so we are playing the Coyotes again. I don't know if you've heard, but word came out that the game on Thursday is now been postponed. So we will play, and it's possible now that we may end up playing the Coyotes 7 times in a row.
That's hilarious.
They're talking about moving one of the Coyotes, moving the other away game back to Thursday.
Might as well just play the Coyotes the rest of the season. That's just how it's going right now,
Well, yeah, and we might as well write off the season the way we're playing against the Coyotes.
Goodness.
We have not done well against that team at all. I mean, we just can't seem to do umpty squat against them. I don't know why. I mean, I get that they're a fast team, but I don't understand why we can't do the things that we should be able to do to beat them. It doesn't make sense to me. That we are a much better team. Hey, for everyone out there that's watching this, I didn't get a chance to share this. If you're on YouTube, please share it. If you're on Facebook, please share it to your pages or to the groups or to the Bluenote, to the Hawaii STL fan clan. I know Blues Fan Reacts is on Twitter only, and he'll share it out there. We'll talk about the lineups and some of the lineup changes today, and we'll get going. And don't forget to throw that thumbs up and give the Bluenote Fan Report a like. And so I know I've been on your show before.
So the Blues and Coyotes season series could end pretty quickly.
It's possible. I mean, it could be over before it even starts, basically. You might save that one game for the end of the season or something, but other than that, who knows? Give Ashley a little bit of, hi, Ashley, we're appreciating you.
How's it going?
So let's get into this. So the last game, the Blues came in with really some high hopes. I mean, they lost the 4-3 game, but they scored 3 goals on empty nets.
Yes.
And with us having the goalie pulled, and that's like, I can't remember the last time that happened. I've asked people, they couldn't tell me when the last time that 3 was scored.
I checked out, and apparently since NHL started really logging that stat on NHL.com, it hasn't happened since the 09-10 season for any team.
For any team. So the Blues, that may have been the first time it ever happened.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was crazy from the get-go, the way that game finished. They come into the next game. They give up kind of I don't want to say it's a weak goal. Well, Husso's in on his birthday. They give up kind of a weak goal. I don't want to say it's super weak, but kind of a weak goal.
First one was a weak goal. I admit that. It wasn't as bad as the second one, though. I mean, I don't like blaming goalies for breakaway goals, but man, you got to cover the 5-hole there. That's a routine stop.
Yeah. So then you have not only that, then you've got oh man, I just went. Robert Thomas comes in, gets in the dirty area, takes 3 whacks at the puck before it goes in, and it looks like, yeah, okay, now we got some momentum. And then he gets tripped and breaks his thumb. Yeah, I mean, you talk about the weirdest things to happen. He trips and breaks his thumb, and now he's out 6 to 8 weeks.
It's 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah,
4 to 6 weeks. Well, it sounds like Berube's going to the Blues said they'd reevaluate him at 8 weeks. Berube's saying 4 to 6. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, well, I think I could see 4. I could see him coming back with kind of what do you call it, a stent or something on that thumb, so he could still get his hand around the sticks.
Yeah, for sure. But man, like that's just too bad. I expected Robert Thomas to have a breakout year this year, and this is probably going to definitely hinder him the rest of the season. You know, I had him as like a point per game player this year, and it's too bad.
Yeah, he was. He was having a really good breakout season, but then again, now you're running into the problem. They Blues 0-for on the power play. They've only scored, I think it's 3 power play goals all year.
Yeah,
right.
It's been ridiculous.
Got windy here. Well, actually, and you're right. That is going to happen now with Coyotes being in the Central. This is going to become a rivalry.
Oh, I think so too.
There's no doubt with that. Nate from down in Australia telling us to let's go Blues. We appreciate that. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Wait, wait, wait. He'll appreciate that. Both of our buddy.
How's it going, Louie? Good to see you. Glad you're here.
Right? And then we've got, you see who just popped in the chat room?
I see you, Potter. Jordan. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, there you go.
Howdy.
Jordan, your boyfriend's here.
We can't do that. I'm not trying to catch a case, homie. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm messing with both of you.
Nah,
Jordan,
you're
you
good.
know I love you.
We're having fun.
Yes.
So how about that first line, though? What the Blues have right now, Barbashev, O'Reilly, Perron. What do you think about that? I
like it. I actually do like it. I think it gives Barbashev a chance. Right now you have O'Reilly going down there doing the forecheck. Yeah. Right? O'Reilly is a very, very good passer. O'Reilly's very, very good on controlling the puck. And he's also got he can score goals. So if he's on the forecheck, he can't do those things. So if Barbashev is down there on the forecheck doing those things, it backs off O'Reilly and Perron to get in the dirty areas, to get into open ice and move the puck from that point. So I think it makes a lot of sense to make to do that.
You know, I never thought until they announced that. I never really thought about it. But the more I think about it, that works. It works. I think Barbashev and Perron have always had chemistry together. They were played, I think it was Sundqvist, Perron, Barbashev a few games last year, and I thought that line looked just fine. It was a very greasy line. I think they used them for third line. Yeah. But I mean, it makes sense to me. I think O'Reilly's game, how good of a two-way player he is, and how Barbashev is also a two-way player, I think that'll complement each other like unbelievably well.
Yeah, well, see, it's not just that. You got to remember, I think Barbashev was with Perron when he had his hat trick when his parents were there last year.
What was that? The line?
Yeah, I think that was.
Wow. Okay. Right?
So
I remember that.
There's some stuff going on here that I think Berube. Now, see, I've been very critical of Berube and his inability to adapt, right? And I know people, but he started to change. He started to adapt in the last game. It just never worked. Okay, yeah, I get it. You're doing line change up. The problem is you wait to the third period. If you're not scoring the goals in the second, you do it in the second, not the third.
Yeah. Right.
You need that energy earlier because once they got the second goal, it was just. I mean, they're a defensive team. You can't give them a lead.
Yeah, it was.
You've got to stop that, right? And not only that, you've got to not let them get the lead. Bennington's got a pretty good record against Arizona, right?
Does he?
Yeah, he's got a pretty good record. I don't remember exactly what it is. I pulled it up before. He was like I think he's 2-2-1 with just over like a 1.5 goals against average.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Right? He's got
awesome.
2 shutouts against him.
Uh-huh.
Right? So he does, it might be 3-2-1. He might be 3-2-1. So he does have the ability to shut this team down.
Right.
Right? And the other thing that's going to play into this game, at least I think, is the animosity. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely going to play.
Yeah, this is going to turn into a rivalry real quick, especially because we all know that Arizona's going back into the Central. So I think this will be a good fresh thing, because really, what are the Coyotes' rivals really? San Jose. That's
San Jose. They were starting to pick a pretty good rivalry with the Knights a little bit. And they had one going. I think their biggest rival would probably be Colorado. And that's more of
I can see that.
An area rival, but with them coming to the Central, they're definitely going to be a rival of the Blues. And they got Clayton Keller from St. Louis, and he seems to do well against the Blues.
And Cutter Garland as well.
Yeah, and then Garland Garland's had an awesome. So I just got from Jim Thomas, the defensive pairings are Krug and Falk. I love that lineup, and I got it.
We're going back to the 2014 World Juniors here. I love it.
Well, you got to see, when this first came out, I talked about this. And I got told by a lot of people, no, you got to put Krug with Parayko. And I felt that your skill level was, you needed to split that up. And other than Parayko being hurt, it's worked. Now they moved Dunn up. They moved Dunn up with Parayko.
Russell,
because Scandella is still hurt. Say
Former
again?
veteran as well, Russ Phantom right there. He's a veteran as well. He's a good guy.
Hey, fellas, I was at the game that when Barb got his hat trick, can confirm. See, I got a good memory, at least a decent one.
You got a good memory. I'll give you that, man.
Huh?
But yeah, no, I know. I saw people like, oh, why would you not put Krug and Parayko together? It's like, and I saw you talking about that, and I'm like, you know what? You make sense. That makes sense. You want to split. You want to get the deep pairings as even as possible. Exactly.
Yeah, and I kept seeing that. Everything just kind of works around, and you see, you got to with defense, and this is what people don't understand with defensive pairs. What a defenseman is, and what a defenseman people think a defenseman are two different things.
Yeah.
Right. A defenseman's job is to hold the puck at the blue line, right? Mm-hmm. And to get the puck out of their zone. That is the defenseman's main job, right? That's their job. Get it out of the zone, keep it in the zone. Everyone thinks that the defenseman, and Bobby Orr changed what a defenseman was.
Yeah. That
the defenseman's got to get into the rush and score. Yes, but there's a time and a place.
Exactly.
Parayko, a couple of games ago, against the game against the Coyotes, when he joined that rush and got that in there with O'Reilly and Kyrou, that was when you joined the rush.
Yes.
The last game, Krug and Parayko worked together to get the puck to Barbashev. Mm-hmm. That's when you join the rush. You don't always join the rush, and our guys sometimes join the rush too quick.
Yes, I agree with you.
Now they have the green light to do that, and I get that, but that's maybe something that needs to be taught a little bit, right? Or at least work on.
Take less risks offensively.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'd like to see not Barbashev. I'd like to see Parayko use that shot so much more than what he does.
We got to see more slap shots. I don't think he took a single slap shot last game.
No, he didn't. He's been taking wrist shots, well, no, he did take one. He did take one slap shot, but it was not aimed at the net. He aimed it at the wall, at the right side of the net to come back for the rebound.
Oh, okay.
Right, he did do that. Ashley Jones is telling me defensive is whole and protect the goalie, their zone, and not be offensive threat.
Yeah, if you're an offensive defenseman, that's an extra added bonus, but that's not your job.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I look at, and I like what our defensemen do. I don't mind them being offensive threats when they need to be, but there's times that they just don't cover the center enough.
Right. If we're thinking about who their D coach is, Mike Van Ryan, when he was a defenseman in the league, he was very offensive minded. And I'm sure that's rubbing off on the players a little bit. And it's been, for the most part, it's been good. There haven't been too many situations where they take advantage of an offensive rush and it immediately goes the other way and it catches them back. I don't see that happen too often.
No, it doesn't. The last game wasn't bad. I mean, it gets one of these. And it gets 3 of them.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
There we go. It gets those for all those mistakes. Right. But for the most part, what we've been seeing a team that's, and Lou Coric said it best, discombobulated.
Yes.
Absolutely discombobulated.
Totally.
And I was mad because I was thinking about that word when I was getting ready to write something, Corey wrote that out. I was like, damn it, now I can't use it. But it's a great word.
It's a great word. No, I wouldn't use discombobulated. I would use lost, overconfident maybe, but they're just not gelling together like we've seen in the past. It's really strange because they're doing better in the standings than I thought they would do, but they're doing worse on the ice. It's very strange.
That's because, and I'm going to tell people, I have been talking about this for a couple of years now, and I've been told I'm an idiot, but it's not. The standings are wrong. You cannot look at the.
I wouldn't say standings are wrong. I'd say standings don't tell the whole story.
Well, no. Points percentage. That is the way the standings should be set, because I guarantee you, with all the COVID that we've got going on right now, and all the games right now, Minnesota has half their team with symptoms, right? With symptoms. New Jersey, and I forget the other team, their entire team have it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely have it. I got to put this one up real quick, right? Absolutely, so there are teams that are not going to play 56 games. And just like in the bubble, when they went and did by points percentage is what's going to determine 1 through 4. I almost guarantee it. Unless they play all 56 games, and I don't see that right now.
Me neither.
Points percentage is going to be the most important thing. And because of that, that's what you need. When I go to the standings, and let me try and see if I can pull this up here real quick while we're talking. I'll let you talk for a few minutes while I'm trying to get this pulled up, and I'll show the difference in it.
Sure thing. Just a few things. I mean, okay, I don't know. I'll talk to the chat real quick, but do we really know why? I never got a complete answer on why Kyle Clifford was scratched last game. I never understood. Kyle Clifford was scratched last game. I never really got an explanation for that. I don't really know what happened there. I thought that he was put on the COVID list, but I figured that we would hear about it. And he's in the lineup in this game, so clearly that wasn't the case.
No, he wasn't.
And we were hamstrung that whole game. We had to put freaking Jake Wallman in. That's how hamstrung we were. Who actually looked good. I really liked how Jake Wallman looked. But obviously, he's not an NHL caliber player. So I wouldn't expect consistent NHL results from him. But I mean, I'm glad that he was on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. Actually, he's not on the COVID list, and the Blues right now do not have anyone on the COVID list. The
Kyle
Blues
Alaska
do not
says
have
healthy
anyone
scratch.
On the COVID list.
Kyle Alaska says healthy scratch. I understand that, but why put him out and Jake Wallman in is my question.
The extra defensive pairs, that I don't know. It ended up hurting him in the long run.
Knock on wood, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this up now. I'm going to bring up the standings here real quick, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
So this here are the Blues standings. Now this one's not as bad, but I want you all to notice something here real quick, right? This is the Blues in third. Watch what happens when I go to points percentage. Notice anything interesting there? Minnesota shot up. Anaheim dropped all the way down, right? So right now for us, it's not bad, but it could get worse, right? If I go up here to right here, Boston, you look at this. As soon as that's points there. You look at the points there. I click over here on points percentage, and you see the change.
Yep. New Jersey went down. Pittsburgh went up.
All right. New Jersey's now in a spot. So because COVID is affecting this, points percentage is the much better.
It is.
Way to look at things. So I don't look well there. Oh, I got that backwards. I was like, oh, so you look here. You have Tampa, Carolina, Florida, Chicago. Chicago in fourth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do this. See where Dallas bumps up?
Dallas bumps way up. Chicago
drops
down.
Because they haven't played as many games yet. You look at Florida, you know, all these have Chicago's played 13 games. That's the only reason they're up there in points.
Yes.
Right? All these teams make these games up. Right? And that's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't want to I'm not trying to be Nelly, negative Nelly, but what I'm saying is you got to look at the points percentage more than points, especially this year. Right? Exactly. And Dante brings up a good point. I'm going to pull this off here real quick. Put us back to the regular one. There we go. So Mike Dante says the 3-2-1 system. I actually don't think so. Right? I don't like the 3-2-1 system. I kind of don't. It's like soccer. And to me, when you look at soccer, sometimes you don't know who's a good team or not. You look at their wins.
Right.
You look at it. So for me, especially when they have the ties in soccer, it just, I like the 2-1-1 system. And I mean, basically that's what it is. 2-1-0.
Here's what I would think in a perfect world, because I'm very clear about this. I don't think the shootout's real hockey. I hate the shootout. It's fun in the All-Star game, of course, but I don't think it should determine points in the standings. So what I think is I like the 1 point after an OT loss. I like the 2 points if you win in any fashion. But I think in shootouts, you should only get 1 point for winning and 0 points if you lose in a shootout. Because that would encourage more people. Because, that game against the Sharks, the 2-1 shootout loss against the Sharks, that entire overtime period, the Sharks were taking the puck and waiting for it to become a shootout. Yeah. That was their strategy. It was the least fun overtime ever, because they were like, okay, we're not going to beat them in overtime. Just keep the puck away from them. Wait for the shootout. Then we both have an equal chance, because as equal of a chance as you can get against the Blues is a win, Yeah. So I hated that. I was infuriated when the Sharks were doing that, because I knew from the moment they had the puck and just kept it for literally 4 minutes straight, I knew that's exactly what they were doing. And I was like, oh, wonderful. So I think this would encourage more teams to play in the overtime and not let it go to a shootout. But B, it eliminates, like he was saying, he was doing the pity point system. I don't think you should get a pity point for a shootout loss. It's just like, I really don't think you should get a point for winning in the shootout, but I mean, I think 1 point is fair. Well, so that's my thought about it.
Well, I like what Dante says here. It's 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win, and 1 point for a shootout win, 0 points for a loss in any fashion. Okay, well, the thing with that is the problem with getting no points once you get to that OT, right, is, you get no points. You get what the Sharks doing. That's what the Sharks would do. Yes. Okay, if we go after it and screw up, let's just wait for the shootout. We got a better chance of getting a point there than getting no points. That's why they went to this overtime to get a point, because that would happen in the old overtime system. No one would shoot. No one would try and do that. No one wanted to lose it. So it has its thing, but the 1 point, once you get past overtime, I like the 1 point for the loser up to the shootout. I don't mind in the shootout. But what I'd like to see him do in the shootout is after the third round, like the Olympics do, you can have anybody shoot. Right? Let's get your better shooters up, like TJ Oshie at the time. Right. They're putting Kemper back between the pipes. Well, they had a good game last time. I'm with that. I don't have a problem with that. I'm surprised they didn't go back to what's his face?
Ronta.
Yeah, Ronta. I mean, Windy City's not a fan of the shootout. I am to a point. Actually, you know what I'd rather see instead of a shootout? I'd rather see a 10-minute overtime.
Me too. Oh yeah, me too.
10-minute 4-on-4 overtime.
The 10-minute 4-on-4, 10-minute 3-on-3, 10-minute 3-on-3. You got to do that.
Well, you're going to get a goal every single time there.
Exactly.
You will
That's
get a
the goal. That's the goal.
Right.
That's why they changed it to 3-on-3. A, it was more entertaining, and B, more teams would end it in overtime than a shootout. I think 10-minute would be fine because a 10-minute overtime would take the exact same amount of time as a 5-minute overtime in a shootout.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to game time here, and I got to talk about my pick'em contest.
Go for it.
I know you're not on. Facebook, so you're not in it. 10-minute 3-on-3. Someone, Rasputin, says he likes the 10-minute 3-on-3 is an excellent idea. Oh. So let me pull my pick'em contest up here real quick. I'm trying to get the pregame up. It's not, for some reason, it hasn't started for me yet. Sometimes I use that NHL IR66, and sometimes it's behind. Unless the game should be starting. Or did I start this really early? No, the game should be starting here soon, right?
Maybe.
My buddy Brett. Okay, so let me pull this out. Go over here. I had it pulled up earlier. Oh, there it is. Okay. So let me bring in my pick'em contest. For those of you who are here and aware, the Bluenote Fan Report has a pick'em contest on the STLFanreport.com. You have to be a member of one of 3 groups right now. If you are a member of one of those 3 groups, then you are able to get in. I'm going to bring that up here in just a second. And I'm going to add my buddy here as a guest. So here it is. There's the page. You go up here, right here, STLFanreport.com. Pick'em contest right here. If you ask for a password, it will ask you for a password. The password is in one of 3 groups. It is either in the Hawaii STL Fan Clan, the Bluenotes Bunch, or STL Blues Crew. Those are the 2 groups that we're challenging. So you pick a group, and once you pick your group, you stay with it. We want you to stay with your group. We don't want you switching groups. I know people are in more than one group. I can't. I want to pick Coyotes, but I just can't. I'm going to go with the Blues. And I think that this has got a chance of being one of them games like the other night. I'm going to go 4-3 again.
Okay.
And my pick to click, God, I mean, I kind of want to pick Bennington, but I think with my picking that score, it won't be him. I'm going to have to go with Perron.
Okay.
Perron. So that's mine. Let me make sure I get it submitted. Oops. Didn't. I got to submit it one more time. Sometimes for some reason, it doesn't automatically. Got to submit it down here. There we go. Keep forgetting about that.
I'll tell you guys my prediction, and we'll see if that affects you guys.
No, I'm going to bring up the actual
sure
thing. Okay, so Ryan, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Mason.
Nathan. Huh? Say again?
Mason. Mason.
I'm sorry, Mason.
You're okay. Don't worry.
And I'm going to put you in my group.
Sure.
Okay. And who are you picking, bud?
I'm picking Yotes.
Yotes.
Mm-hmm.
Coyotes. Okay.
Yep.
Coyotes. Okay. And the Coyote score?
6.
6. Blue score?
2.
2. And who's your pick to click? Has to be a Coyote.
Garland. Oh, no, Dvorak.
Dvorak?
Mm-hmm.
Dvorak, you are the only one going with the Yotes right now. And we got
just because I'm realistic, don't make me less of a fan.
Oh, I know. I get it. And look, I thought about it. And the only reason that I didn't go that way, bud, I'll pull this down now. The only reason that I didn't go that way is, Marianne, you got to get in. You got to get in on the website. We don't do it through here. The only reason I didn't go with them is I just can't see them losing 3 in a row. You know, yeah. I just can't.
I got you.
Right?
That makes sense. That makes sense. But I think the Blues will have a humbling, and I hope they have a humbling, to be honest. You know, I mean, obviously I want them to win. Of course I want them to win. But I want them I want them to get their butts kicked so bad that they go, okay, something has to change here.
Yeah.
And once that happens, that's when they kick it into gear. We
Okay,
saw
but
that in
here's my question.
2019. I think we should.
But
do
my
that
question is, what changes? And that's where. Okay, you got to go to
Line shuffle up.
stlfanreport.com, Mary.
I
Mary,
think, you know.
Mary, send me a text with your pick, and I'll put it in today, and then I'll teach you how to do it. Send me a text with your pick, with your pick and your click, and I'll put it in for you today, and we'll take care of that later. Yeah, see, Ashley, there's Ashley. No, and I agree with you there, right? Ashley says I thought the 8-0 loss would have done that, and I kind of agree. We should be getting really close to game time, aren't we?
We're getting pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say about 10 minutes.
Oh, about 10 minutes. Okay. So
It's
we
always 15
are
minutes late. So
hey guys, the intermission's not going to be on my channel. We're going to be on your channel, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to use? Are you going to use StreamYard or something else?
Oh, am I going to do like a post-game live stream?
No, you're going to do, I thought we were going to do live stream at the intermission and post game.
Yeah, we can do it on your channel.
Oh, you want to do it on my channel? Okay. So
do it on your channel.
Okay.
That's fine by me.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do it on yours. That's why I was asking.
No need.
Okay.
No need.
Okay, no problem. Jordan, someone will cry if they lose. They better not lose. I love it, Jordan.
I'll join you. I'll hitch a ride with you. You can pick me up. You can pick me up. I live in Salt Lake. You can pick me up, whatever car you're driving, then we'll do it together. How's this sound?
Yeah. And he says the last should have do that too. Yeah. His channel, it's Blues Fan Reacts, but it's actually going to be on this channel. It'll be on this channel, and he'll share it to his. So we'll do it on here.
Correct.
So Kyle's telling me 4 minutes to game time. I don't know why it's not popping up. So
that'll be pretty soon.
Yeah. Hey Mason, thanks for coming on. I'll send you the link at the post game or at the intermissions, and we'll come on and do the intermission show.
Sounds good.
Right? So everyone, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know me and Mason are bleeding blue with you.
That's right. That's
and we'll see
right.
you at the intermission. Aloha.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go, Blues!